this will be the last lesson of this series, because we have already converted all Vue components into TypeScript as well as all JavaScript modules. So now the only thing I would like to do in this project is to actually convert configuration file vite.config.ts into TypeScript file. So let's rename an extension of this file on TS. And after we're gonna do so, we're gonna get a few errors. So let's fix them one by one. The first one is related to absence of type declarations for Node modules. So in order to fix this issue, we actually have to install type definitions for Node.js. I'm going to switch over to the terminal and run npm install with a flag d, because the library we're going to install will be needed only for development. So the package we need to install to include type definitions for Node in our application is called add_types/node. And now let's switch back to vite.config.ts and consider the next error. This error is related to meta object, which is only available when we're using ECMAScript modules. So we need to tell TypeScript compiler to treat this configuration file as ECMAScript module. And we can do this in the following way. I'm basically going to add another key inside ts.config.json, which is called module, with the value yes next, like this. So now everything should be okay and TypeScript should stop complaining. But as we can see, we still have the first error. That is because we need to restart VS Code. I'm going to use command polit and run the command called reload window. And as we can see, after restarting the editor, the error is gone. So now I'm going to switch to my terminal and run npm run dev to make sure that we can still start development server with no issues. As we can see, it works fine. And let's also try to build our project by running npm run build and see if TypeScript is going to be compiled successfully. And as we can see, we got one unexpected error related to type mismatch inside timeline item timer module. So let's switch over to that module and see what is going on there. And the issue here is that we have earlier typed that timeline item timer reactive variable should store value whether number or null, but setInterval function actually returns value of a different type. And to fix this type mismatch, we just need to change this type we have chosen for timeline item timer variable, which will be compatible with the type that setInterval function returns. As we can see, it returns value of the type node.js.timeout. So I'm going to specify exactly this type as part of this union right here. And this way, the issue is fixed. And if we'll try to rebuild our project by running npm run build in our terminal once again, this time the project was built successfully. So let's also see how our built version of the project looks like in the browser. I'm going to run npm run preview to launch build project in the browser. Switch over to Firefox and click around a little bit to make sure that the built version of the project also works as intended. So looks like everything is working fine. And also one more thing that I have noticed recently is that inside constants.ts we have a constant called button types, which is actually unused. So no need to keep this constant around anymore. I'm going to get rid of it. Same goes with an import of button type inside this module. We no longer need this import, I'm gonna remove it. And now let's build the project one more time, since we have changed source code, just to verify if everything builds properly. So everything looks good, and at the end, I'm going to deploy this project by using search utility. And the process of deploying projects by using search utility was shown in another video, link to which I'm going to leave in this video description. So for now, I'm going to run search utility and specify which folder we need to deploy. The folder with our build project is called dist. So I'm going to run this command, and then in here I'm going to specify my custom domain name, where I'd like this project to be available online. And right after this command finishes, we can open up the browser by using this address, and here we go. we see our project was deployed. And with that, we're finishing this series. We have fully converted Vue.js project to use TypeScript. Link to the final version of this project will be in the video description.